honestly, until there's something approaching a clear explanation of what happened.
Yeah, that's the key, Chris, and Ben is right about that. He tried to exhaust us, Weiner, yesterday, but he didn't answer the questions, or he didn't answer them sufficiently. I mean, he ought to know whether those are his underpants. And there are just too many unanswered questions left to be resolved, so it doesn't matter how much time he spent yesterday on this. He's not ahead.
I was listening to a lot of those unilateral interviews, and I never heard him deny that he'd never sent this out to anybody.
He said, I didn't send it to the woman.
Right.
Right. But he didn't say he never sent it out.
Yeah, I mean, and he also said at the end of the day, I don't know who has access to my account, which is different than saying it was hacked.
And he also was asked, do you take pictures of yourself like this? And he ducked. That's not one you want to duck on.
And particularly right now in his political career, he's a guy who's looking to become the next mayor of New York, and for whom the question has been, is he still the kind of glib kid Anthony Weiner, or is he grown up? Is he ready for that job? And I mean, if what he's saying is that he was sexting with someone else, it all does feel like high school.
That's exactly. I think there's a lot of juvenilization going on today in American culture. You go out in Hollywood, you hang out in Beverly Hills, everybody's 75 years old is dressing like they're 8 years old. People on these Twitter accounts talk like high school kids. Do you read his latest from Weiner? How's about I go back to my job? How's spelled H-O-W-Z, like some kid in a comic book strip. What is this attempt to act like you're 8 years old? It's the new cute. And I think he got caught up in the new cute. Here's Democratic Congressman Bobby Rush, who's not cute, from Illinois, saying he's feeding on all you. He's feeding on you all, and you're feeding on him too. Fair enough. And an anonymous Democratic staffer said how much schadenfreude is happening because of this. A lot. Well, here's the question. Nobody is coming to this guy's aid, Tom DeFrank.
Well, that's right.
Nobody.
They're not happy. Democrats aren't happy for a lot of reasons, one being the obvious one, it doesn't look good. But more to the point, the Democrats would love to be crowing about picking off this seat in New York 26.
Which they did.
Which they did in a very safe Republican district. The Democrat, Kathy Hochul, got it. And nobody's paying any attention to that this week, and the Democratic colleagues are not pleased.
I've watched politics, Ben, for about 40 years, and I've noticed that there's a thing. It's not a nice streak of the Republican Party, but they're very effective at it. They usually get somebody ethnic from one of the coasts and make them into the enemy. Ted Kennedy, Tip O'Neill, Nancy Pelosi, Bella Abzug. They love this kind of bad guy. Somebody from one of the coasts, the left coast out in California, the East Coast, and make them into their star witness of what's wrong with the other party. I think what they're afraid of, and Steve Israel, a lot of these people must be afraid of this now, that Weiner will be the reason they don't take back the House the next couple cycles, because he will become the example, the poster child of the juvenile behavior of the Democratic Congress. Your thoughts? I think this is serious business. They could lose 10 or so seats on this, just making him into the joke. Your thoughts?
I mean, I do think Weiner was kind of auditioning for the role of the Democrat Republicans love to hate. He'll show up wherever there's a TV camera. He'll really mix it up. He will insult people personally. And, he does not seem now to be shrinking away from the camera. So, I mean, I don't know if this is going to cost them seats, but
you're laughing, Ben. You're younger than me. Do you think this is something that anybody normal would enjoy being what he is now? This is not a bonfire. The vanity's this thing.
I don't think. I mean, he's got to not be having fun. I mean, his wife is a very private person, a kind of keeper of Clinton's secrets. I think that's the other pole of this. He's a very public person, but he also is connected to Clinton land, where this sort of thing is not welcome.
Tom, any connection to Clinton here on this? Is this going to make it bigger?
No, I don't think so.
I think people are leaving her alone.
They will leave her alone. Yes, I think that's right.
I think they sympathize with her.
He's got. Yeah, I mean.